When you don't kill Real Madrid kill you. Xavi laments Clasico hammering and admits Barcelona have no excuses for 4-0 drubbing at Nou Camp by fierce rivals. Barcelona manager Xavi cut a resigned figure following Real Madrid's 4-0 thrashing of his side, which saw the LaLiga leaders dumped out of the Copa del Rey on Wednesday evening. Reminding the gathered press that Real Madrid had been the favourites going into the tie, the club legend stressed that there were a handful of moments that didn't go the Blaugrana's way, but that this was the way the game worked. It is a difficult night to digest. This is football. You have to compete better. We have competed well until 1-0. They are moments that we have to stop. We could have also stopped the 2-0 moment. In short, they are details that we have to control. In the first half we were very good, but that's what I said, football is about moments and we didn't take advantage of them. When football is so even, you have to take advantage of the moments. We didn't do it in the first half and they did in the second. They have been superior, no excuses. The head coach hinted at the ever-present threat that Real Madrid can provide in big matches, regardless of their league form, going on to add, it would sound like an excuse if we talk about injuries. We competed very well in the first leg and in the first half. I feel proud about that. I already said that Real Madrid were the favorites, they are the recent Champions League winners. An emphatic cup win, spurred on by a hat-trick by Karim Benzema, will no doubt strike fear in the hearts of their next international opponents, Chelsea. Benzema shines as Real smash Barca to book Copa final. Karim Benzema struck a hat-trick as Real Madrid hammered Barcelona 4-0 at Camp Nou to reach the Copa del Rey final on Wednesday, progressing 4-1 on aggregate. Vinicius Junior opened the scoring just before the break as Carlo Ancelotti's side mounted a spectacular comeback from their one-goal semi-final first-leg deficit, with Benzema adding a second-half treble. After netting 3 at the weekend against Real Valladolid in LaLiga, Benzema repeated the trick to humiliate Barcelona on a painful night for coach Xavi Hernandez in front of almost 95,000 distraught fans. Los Blancos trail their arch-rivals by 12 points in La Liga and were beaten by Barca in the Spanish Super Cup final in January, but triumphed here to reach the Copa final for the first time since 2014, where they will face Osasuna. Man United back into EPL's top 4 by beating Brentford 1-0. Marcus Rashford led Manchester United to its first Premier League win in 6 weeks as Erik ten Hag's team overcame Brentford 1-0 to move back into the top 4 on Wednesday. Winning the English League Cup in February underlined the progress overseen by Ten Hag this season, but United has failed to win any of its 3 league matches since the victory at Wembley. A meek defeat at Newcastle on Sunday led Ten Hag to once again publicly question his players' hunger, but United showed more character 3 days later to edge out Brentford in the pouring rain at Old Trafford. Rashford struck the first-half winner from the impressive Marcel Sabitzer's knockdown, putting the hosts on course for just their 4th Premier League win in 10 matches. United dropped off after the break as Brentford bounced back from a subdued first-half display, but Thomas Frank's team was unable to eke out an equalizer. David De Gea spread himself to block substitute Kevin Shade's effort as United gained a measure of revenge for the 4-0 loss to the Bees in August in Ten Hag's second match in charge. Ten Hag reacted to last month's 7-0 loss at Liverpool by sticking with an unchanged side in the next game, and he did similar this time around, making only 1 change from Newcastle. I was really happy. Erik ten Hag praises 3 Manchester United stars after Brentford win. Manager Erik ten Hag was pleased with Jadon Sancho, Marcel Sabitzer and Antony's performances in Manchester United's 1-0 Premier League win against Brentford on Wednesday, April 5. Marcus Rashford scored the only goal of the game, which came in the 27th minute through a very clever knockdown from Sabitzer. Antony and Sancho were also making things happen in the final third. They didn't really have any standout opportunities but were pretty decent during the game. In fact, Ten Hag singled out the trio after the game to praise them and told Sky Sports, "Leipzig beat Dortmund, keep German Cup defense on track." Defending champion Leipzig have knocked Borussia Dortmund out of the German Cup with a 2-0 quarter-final win. Leipzig joined Freiburg, Eintracht Frankfurt and Stuttgart in the semi-finals thanks to a first-half strike from Timo Werner and added-time goal on a counter-attack from Willi Orban on Wednesday. Leipzig defeated Freiburg in last year's final for their first major trophy. Led by former Dortmund coach Marco Rose, Leipzig dominated from start to finish after losing their previous 3 games across all competitions. "We didn't deserve to win the game today," Dortmund midfielder Julian Brandt said. "We were very lucky we survived even the first 10 minutes without conceding a goal." Visitors Dortmund, who defeated Leipzig in the 2021 final, only had Gregor Kobel to thank for keeping Leipzig at bay early on, but the goalkeeper was finally beaten in the 22nd minute when Mohamed Simakan raced past Mats Hummels and crossed for Werner to guide the ball inside the left post. Werner should have made it 2-0 when he only had Kobel to beat, but the Leipzig forward crossed for Konrad Laimer instead of shooting and the chance was gone. It was one of several missed opportunities for Leipzig, who had 14 efforts at goal compared to the visitors' 1 in the first half alone. What's next for Lionel Messi? A look at the options if he leaves PSG. When Lionel Messi was jeered by Paris Saint-Germain fans during last Sunday's home defeat to Lyon, their relationship looked like it had reached a breaking point. Messi joined PSG on a 2-year deal after leaving Barcelona against his will in 2021, with an option for an extra year if both parties agreed. But talks have reportedly broken down and Messi's departure this summer looks increasingly inevitable. There were high hopes he could lead PSG to an elusive Champions League title, but instead the Qatari-backed club went out in the round of 16 in consecutive seasons. He was among the players jeered last season after PSG was knocked out by Real Madrid, and although Messi's form was outstanding in the first half of this campaign, it dipped significantly after he led Argentina to the World Cup title in Qatar. PSG coach Christophe Galtier defended Messi by saying it was others who should raise their game. "You can't expect Leo to do everything," Galtier said after the Lyon game. "The boos are very harsh. He's a player who gives a lot, who gave a lot in the first half of the season. But it's also down to the others to surpass themselves." Since its array of stars returned from the World Cup, PSG has lost 8 games overall in 2023. Alisson breaks his silence after he and Liverpool captain Jordan Henderson were involved in a furious exchange during their goalless draw with Chelsea, as the keeper says they are 2 people who fight and give their lives for the team. Alisson has given his verdict on the row that ensued on the field between him and Liverpool teammate Jordan Henderson in their goalless draw with Chelsea. Jurgen Klopp's side rode their luck at times during the game, and almost gifted Chelsea the victory after a bit of miscommunication between Alisson and his Brazilian compatriot Fabinho at the back. Not one shy to hide his thoughts, Henderson berated the keeper inside their own penalty area, leading to an angry exchange between the pair. The two squared up while staring at each other face to face before defender Joel Matip had to intervene so the pair could separate and Alisson could take his goal kick. Alisson told ESPN Brazil, as per the Mirror, that he and Henderson are 2 people who fight, and that their argument was due to them both being keen to fix what has been a difficult season for the Reds. Chelsea reach agreement in principle to appoint Frank Lampard as interim manager. Frank Lampard agreed in principle to a sensational return to Chelsea for a second spell as manager on an interim basis. The former Chelsea midfielder is set to be put in temporary charge until the end of the season as the club seek a permanent replacement for Graham Potter, who was relieved of his duties on Sunday. On Tuesday, Lampard was seen in attendance as Chelsea drew with Liverpool at Stamford Bridge. However, many fans did not make a big deal of the club's former boss' appearance despite being unassigned since vacating his post as the head coach of Everton. Little did they know that there was more to the former English midfielder looking on from the stands as 24 hours later, rumors emerged that he was being considered for the head coach role following the sack of Graham Potter. Against Liverpool, Bruno Salter supervised the Blues, but latest reports indicate that his tenure will not continue for long despite the initial anticipation. According to The Guardian and The Athletic, Lampard's return is now agreed in principle, and there is the indication that he could be on the touchline for the Premier League clash against Wolves at Molineux on Saturday. Meanwhile, Julian Nagelsmann and former Barcelona and Spain boss Luis Enrique are among the contenders to take over the reins at the club. Chelsea are expected to take their time in the recruitment process and arrive at a decision later on this summer. Lukaku demands real action after being racially abused by Juventus fans. Inter striker Romelu Lukaku has called for action from Serie A officials after allegedly being targeted by racist chants from Juventus fans following his equalizer at the Allianz Stadium. The Belgium international netted a penalty in the 5th minute of stoppage time to earn Inter a 1-1 draw in Tuesday's Coppa Italia semi-final first leg, before using his finger to shush the home fans. Referee Davide Massa booked Lukaku for the celebration and showed the goalscorer a second yellow card following a heated aftermath that spilled over past full-time, leading to Juventus winger Juan Cuadrado and Inter goalkeeper Samir Handanovic also seeing red. Lukaku pointed to his previous experiences of racism in Italy as he responded to the events with an Instagram post. He said, "History repeats. I've been through it in 2019 and, now in 2023 again. I hope the league really take actions for real this time because this beautiful game should be enjoyed by everyone. Thank you for the supportive messages. Racism." The post has received supportive comments from Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius Junior and Mario Balotelli among others. Jerome Boateng also tweeted in support, saying, "We'll always have your back, Rom. Racism." Earlier on Wednesday, Lukaku's agency ROC Nation Sports International also responded to the incident, calling for an apology from Juventus and action from Italian authorities. Via a statement on Twitter, the agency's president Michael Yamark said, "The racist remarks made towards Romelu Lukaku by Juventus fans in Turin were beyond despicable and cannot be accepted. Romelu deserves an apology from Juventus, and I expect the league to condemn the behavior of this group of Juventus supporters immediately. The Italian authorities must use this opportunity to tackle racism, rather than punish the victim of the abuse. I am certain that the footballing world shares the same sentiment." Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like and share. See you again with more news. Bye for now.